Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol DIGAF. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price. And I think just makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday. That's where these green line annotations here are coming from. But before I get into anything else, I just want to quickly kind of throw out there in general that from a presentation standpoint, this is actually a very tricky chart to talk about because there's a whole lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 20 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. The price pulled back quite a bit today. But today, that's 1 day. When you look at multiple days, the bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I am going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a different outlook and kind of strategy going into the trade. Before anything else, though, I'm just going to go ahead and do some house cleaning, get rid of that line, and I'm going to use this other green line. Yeah, those lines still pertain, but from the presentation standpoint, I don't want to risk causing confusion because there's clutter and lines all over the place. So I just want to try to keep this as clean as possible. As far as one of the newest areas of support and what I would call the ideal level, meaning if you say, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest? That would be if 70 cents can continue to hold. I use the word continue very deliberately because you can see right here a couple of times this afternoon, the bears try to press down through there. And at one point, they did temporarily succeed, but that didn't last very long. But as long as the price can stay up above that 70-cent mark, that would be best case scenario. However, don't get me wrong. If the price falls below it, I'm not saying everything's ruined. From the big picture of things, as long as the price continues to stay up above that purple line there, the 50-period simple moving average, keyword there being moving, so as time goes by, that purple line is going to move itself higher and higher. So as long as the price stays above there, as time goes by, the overall trend is still fully in the bulls' favor. And just for example's sake, I'm not saying this will happen, but to really kind of just illustrate the point about how the bulls are still in control from the big picture, let's say the price comes down right around this area, bounces around that purple line, and then begins to head its way back up. What would you have in this situation? Again, from the big picture, well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have that base right there. You'd have this base down there. If you picture each of these as stair steps, then the stair steps would still very clearly be going in the upwards direction. Again, if you're a day trader and you bought up there, you couldn't care less about these stair steps, but that's where I try to kind of offer up the warning and qualify all this by saying I would be talking about all this from a bigger picture type time horizon. So yeah, pulled back today, but still plenty of opportunity to build a higher stair step. So we'll see if the bulls can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.